was that fucking thing he was looking at? It's muted. It shouldn't be doing anything. Let me grab it. Alright.
I do this shit for the love of the game.
Did you know I'm utterly insane?
Heyo, and here I am, already not started properly. Forgot to set up a background. for before I even started here. Hey yo! Just double checking to make sure my audio is actually working. Yeah, I was supposed to have this. I wanted to have my channel in the background while I talk about rambling, whatever nonsense I'm rambling about. Yeah, way to have things ready. Way to be prepared. Bud. I'm sitting here for fucking 10 minutes like an idiot, and now I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Hopefully that works. There's a delay on my end to see what it looks like. I gotta make sure everything looks good. I don't know if anyone was here earlier or still here. Hopefully you are. Okay. Alright, welcome to TGAN Live, episode 21. Adaptation news has been slow as balls lately, so there isn't a whole lot to talk about. There's a little bit of an update. Whoa, Spartan 661. What's going on? Very cool to see you here, must say. And Solotech. Seeing people that I know from the chats on my chat is so freaking cool. You have no idea how cool that is. Power Boss and Soil. Oh, sorry, I never know how to say your name. It looks like Soil Tech to me. I don't know if that's right. I've soiled myself. I would too. No, I mean just now. I just soiled myself. I like to smoke on my shows. I don't know why. I have this thing about smoking on my computer. I don't know what it is. I just love smoking. Especially when I'm editing a video. I don't know what it is about editing, but I just love smoking while I edit. So, no, not the biggest topics. I don't know if I really want to talk about the studio closures, because that's already been done to death. I mean, every single show this week has been about the same thing. But I try not to talk about game news. But sometimes there's just nothing else to talk about. Wait, did I just get a new sub? Wow! 248! Holy shizzle! I don't know, I really wanted to get 1,000 this year subs, but I don't know if I can do it. I really suck at YouTube. How do things sound on your end for anyone who's there? I really didn't have things ready yet. It was something about Fallout, but it's not really news, but the fact that it's Fallout, anything to do with the Fallout show, I'm definitely going to talk about, because the Fallout show is the best adaptation there is. Point blank, period. I did drop an invite link, but I mean, I'm worried if, just in case anyone wants to jump on, but hopefully I don't fuck that up if I try to add you to my thing, but I don't know. I can only have one person because I have a free account, free Streamlabs. Streamlabs. Okay, pick a fucking topic already. I usually have my things ready, got all my tabs in the order that I want to do it, and then for some reason I was just like, I was watching Holly just playing Blue Number playing GTA 5. First time ever playing GTA 5. Double check again just to be sure. For some reason I was just like, alright, I won't fuck with that anymore. I don't have a good way to look at the chat while I'm doing the show besides looking at it on my own phone. But yes, here we go over on BLOWOUT. The first piece of news, not really news, just people talking. Over here on Variety, the Fallout cast. I'm filming season 2. I don't know if my background music's a little too loud. I like having background music. I don't want to be dead quiet. I don't know if there's a lot of background noise. I got my balcony door open because it's warm and I like having my balcony door open. Fallout cast on filming season 2 in Los Angeles, bring the video game world to life. I still can't believe Amazon's letting us make this show. Excuse me. Jesus, that's gross. As Fallout season 2 transitions the show to the Mojave Wasteland and New Vegas, the creative team also moved filming. They were filming in New York. From New York to Los Angeles during a period of record low production. When did they shoot in New York for the first season? Actually, they probably were going to shoot in New York and then just moved it, because clearly season 1 was not shot in New York. We were a little, I thought that said insulted at first, insulated from what we had changed there. So it was a shock to us when we came back here for Fallout and realized executive producer Jonathan Nolan told Variety senior artisans editor Jazz 10K. What the fuck kind of name is that? 10K? The Fallout FYC event was FYC new. It's a no-brainer to shoot here in Los Angeles. It's an honor for us to be able to bring the production back home, and I think results speak for themselves. Fallout FYC event. I don't know what that is. As you can see, my show is very perfectly structured and whatever. Oh, for your consideration? But they just have like a, hey guys, watch my show event. Based on the video game franchise of the same name, the latest Fallout season follows the characters along their journey through the wasteland of a post-apocalyptic world. The panel was filled with many of the show's top stars, including Walton Goggins, Aaron Moten, Kyle McClanahan, Justin Theroux, Francis Turner, and Moises. What's her face? Lucy McLean. If only I forgot her name. She's fucking hot though. 4 months after the season 2 finale aired on Prime Video, 10K asked the cast to reflect on the character's evolution and withdrew to their continuation. Maybe there's a video of that. Follow FYC event. I feel like this is something that happened I feel like this is news from like a year ago, but for some reason they're pointing it up now. I'm confused. Moten, who played Maximus, explains how attached he got to showrunner Geneva Robinson Dort's scripts and the show's connection to the real world. I think we all see a chaos that seems almost beyond repair sometimes, and as much as we all would like a few parallels between the show and Fallout, yeah, big fucking time. It's almost annoying how people can't not mention how fucked up things are in the world right now. I couldn't help but want to just experience what I think we all have shared experience of. Where do I even begin if I want to change the world? If I could change the world, I'd be a thug in harmony. McLaughlin, who plays Hank, recalled a conversation he had with Robertson Dore about characters having both an A and B side. Of course, they all have A and B side. How would you... That sounds like a thing you should just know. That shaped how he approached the character, who he is on one hand, and a loving father, but also an extremist. Season 2 finale, Hank chooses to wipe his memory clean. Spoiler alert, the ending to me, I didn't really know where this is going to lead, but in my mind I said, this is for evolution. The next step has to happen in order for what's to come. I saw it as a sort of sacrifice, but also inevitable. The hope is that it opens another door and we get to walk through another interesting journey. So yeah, big time spoilers. So if you haven't watched season 2, too bad. But at the end of season 2, Hank gets his mind wiped. He wipes his own mind after all the effed up shit that he did. And even Lucy herself was like, you need to face justice, which I don't even know what in her mind that meant. But he loves his daughter so much. I don't know if this has a validity or not. We'll find out. But that means the third season, Hank's not going to know Lucy is his daughter. So I have a feeling that Lucy's going to befriend him. And they're going to be strangers, but I guess Lucy's going to somehow, I don't know what's going to happen, but... Or maybe he'll just be some guy that she walks by on the street in New Vegas and they're like, what's up? Goggins also spoke about the character and how it symbolized hope for his character. He recalled filming the scene where the ghoul locates his family cryo chambers, only to find Barb and his daughter Janie gone. Goggins recalled filming that scene and said Frederick E.O. Toy directed the episode and he set the camera up and away. He said, what are you going to do? And I said, I don't really know. I'm going to come through that door and I know that this is the crypto chamber that I have to look at. But he put 2 cameras. But there's a video of this interview somewhere. We only did it 3 or 4 times and we did 1 extra shot. Even though we knew that they weren't going to in the chamber, every take felt like they were in. That they were, and it felt like a supreme letdown at first. And then he finds this card. And so it was really cathartic. And the card that tells him where to go. He's setting off on a journey at the end of season 2. And I must reiterate, if you have not watched the Fallout show at all, for the love of God, watch the show. And so it was really cathartic, and I can't wait to see what happens in season 3. Tanke then asked the cast to dive into the show's intricate world building from Vincent Van Dyke's prosthetic makeup, Emmy nominated for crafts, to Danya Pink's vibrant costumes. They were not very vibrant. It's the wasteland. They're not vibrant. That's kind of part of the wasteland. Turner spoke about how her costumes tell a story about what is happening with Barb this season. Barb. Barb didn't wear a fucking Vault-Tec suit. It's like armor. The angle is the structure of it, but Barb lives at the intersection of many things. Her strength, her intelligence, all of those things. But her softness, her tenderness, and even in that suit, with all of its substantial material and structure, there's a hint of softness. And the blouse underneath. Turner wanted to say that Frances seemingly moves away from Vault-Tec. Her silhouette gets less structured. That when she's with her family, there's a lightness and a movement to her costumes. Yeah, Robertson Dorrit talked about Cummings saying, when Jonathan and I talked about, okay, they're just switching around with so many names, now I'm forgetting, who's this Cummings? Who are they talking about? Who the fuck's Cummings? I don't know. Cummings saying, when Jonathan and I talk about what we want to do in the show, and what ambitious new things we want to create, we can do so fearlessly because Howard Cummings is a genius. Production designer. Okay, why didn't you say it the first time? Many of the sets and locations you see in this final location, some of them are 6 different locations seamlessly brought together to seem like one. Wow. Goggins concluded by giving kudos to the writers and directors for building the world. We balanced a lot of different tones in this. I still can't believe Amazon let me make the show at this scale. It's batshit crazy. It says watch the video, but I don't see the video, and I don't know why, because I want to see that video. I guess if I click Fallout. There was an article about Fallout a couple days ago. What's that? Jazz Tenge works for variety. Interesting. There's a thing about the guy who did the makeup. The makeup for the ghoul is like amazing. I know exactly what line he says right there. He's like, "Didn't that used to be store?" He's about to get hung in the very first episode, and he looks over and sees the store, and he's like, "Didn't that used to be store?" I've only seen the season twice, and I already like know the dialogue. This season, makeup artists have transformed actors using everything from sublime touches to complete prosthetics. Underneath it all, no matter how many hours and prosthetic pieces, they all have one thing in common: to preserve the actor's performance. For Prime Video's Fallout, Walton Goggins returns as the Ghoul, a character for which prosthetic makeup department Jake Garver used 9 silicone pieces. The very first application took 5 hours, but for Season 2, Garver managed to reduce the transformation time to under 2.5 hours. The missing nose and scar tissue that defined the character were relatively easy to achieve. However, Johnny Pemberton Thaddeus proved to be more challenging because it requires subtle transformation. Yeah, switching back, I think he's talking about, that might be the guy from Stranger Things, because he said Stranger Things. Yeah, the makeup for whatever that was called again, and Stranger Things was pretty sick too. I forget what they called it. There were 3 pieces: a forehead with a receding hairline and 2 sides of the face. With the ghoul, Walton's face is entirely covered with the exception of his eyelids and ears. Keep getting distracted. Like, I'm just waiting for a fight to break out. There's like a light there, people keep stopping and like almost hitting each other, and then it's like, there never used to be a light on that corner. Yeah, I'm so good at this. Don't get distracted at all. Oh wait, Thaddeus, right. Thaddeus. Fuck, I was thinking of Thaddeus, you dumbass. He's the other guy that's in. This season also features ghoul kids who run around doing Thaddeus bidding. It also proved to be a challenge for Garver, not so much with their makeup, but labor laws. Children are legally only allowed to work for 8 hours a day, so we had to get everything on them in no more than 4 to 5 minutes, usually half an hour. He says not only that doubled up using twice as many makeup artists to improve the speed. Well, they only had a couple that were made up. Most of them weren't. Oh, I don't know, chat hours, what that is. I just wanted to read the part about, what's this FYC event? Can I get a video for that? Oh, this is 2024 panel. I don't really think that would be what useful now. Thanks for being here, whoever's in the Chizat. I should type shit up before I do this. I thought there was some new news. I forgot. I thought there was some somewhat recent. Are they talking about Ocarina of Time remake? I think I just noticed that Link's eyes have kind of a cat style to it. I could be imagining that, but Link doesn't have cat eyes. Well, I guess they're probably talking about the remake, but This is from a week or so ago. Game adaptations have been hit or miss. More creators have shown dedication to source material, which help produce some more faithful remakes. Every freaking article starts with this now, and I'm like tired of reading it. I think we should just accept they're good now. It's been like 3 years essentially since they got good, so get over it. Sony has confirmed this live-action Zelda film will be released April 30th, 2027, less than 1 year from today. Production began for the live-action Zelda movie late last year, and it's already wrapped, which should give the team plenty of time to polish things. Polish. I just said Polish. Polish. And then ensure it doesn't need to be delayed. Yeah. They moved the release date. It was supposed to be May or something, and then they actually moved it up a week. That's pretty rare. Most people don't move the release date closer. Before the debut of the live-action film, Nintendo recently announced that a new Noble Bull is in the house. My rock, my weekly fan. Noble Bull. Nintendo recently announced that a new 400-page hardcover art book titled Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Secrets of the Zonai will be released. 400 pages? That's a lot of fucking pages. Released later this year on October 20th. The new book will show off never before seen looks of all aspects of Tears of the Kingdom, with a closer look at the Zonai, the ancient civilization that played a key part in the game's story. An official description of what all fans can expect from the book, according to Amazon, reads as follows. Start your journey with Secrets of the Zonai. Guess I'm saying it right. Pour over 50 pages of beautiful illustrations, characters, art, and promotional images. Then dive into nearly 300 pages of behind-the-scenes sketches, notes, rough designs, concept art, recollections that provide an exclusive look at the development and creation of the game. Next, travel back to a time before the founding of the Kingdom of Hyrule. Travel back in time before the founding of Kingdom of Hyrule with over 80 pages of Hyrule's history that include insights into a mysterious past of the Zonai, all the way up to the events of the game. Finish your quests with interviews with the legends behind the most recent entry. Producer Eiji Aonuma, director Hidemaru Fujiwara, and art director Satoru Kawazawa. That's the cover, Secret of the Zonai. I got to switch OLED just to play Tears of the Kingdom, and then I got eventually kind of bored of it because it wasn't different enough from Breath of the Wild for me for it to be a huge upgrade. Like the building mechanic was cool, and some of the newer abilities were cool, but there's a lot of stuff that I was like the entire bottom level, the whatever they call it, the gigantic dungeon area, that's essentially the entire upper map. Underground is just nothing down there. It's boring. The live-action Zelda is being directed by Wes Ball, script by Derek Connolly, Shigeru Miyamoto, T.S. Nolan, and Takashi Tezuka. I'm thinking they're probably just saying Shigeru because he created it, so he's just gonna get a writing credit automatically. Ball is best known for his work directing on all three Maze Runners, released between 2014 and 2018. He also recently added another sci-fi notch under his belt, the premiere of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. We already know the cast confirmed is Bo Braxton as Zelda and Benjamin Evan Ainsworth as Zelda's protector Link. they're making it look like Link is gonna be like a secondary character. I have a feeling it's gonna be like more Zelda's movie than Link. Dragonson recently featured in King and Conqueror, and Ainsworth is known for his role in Pinocchio. He's also known for Son of a Critch, which is a show shot back in my home province of Newfoundland, in my home city, St. John's. But for some reason, they don't want to mention that at all. Probably because they don't even know. Because they ignorant. Bunch of ignorant ass mofos. 3 weeks ago, is there any major updates? Same picture again. So I don't know if the release date, that's already new. We knew that. Evidence points to Zelda's plot. Okay, this might be new. Evidence points to Zelda's plot move boring from Ocarina of Breath. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm already figuring, since like even color, even the way they're dressed in the very few pictures, it does look Breath of the Wildy. It's like Breath of the Wild visuals in New Zealand with the Lord of the Rings type background. I think it's going to be like a less adult Lord of the Rings kind of movie. Fans have been theorizing, but casting photos, leaks, and costumes give the clearest hints. I don't know if there's been any new leaks, because we've only ever saw that one picture that shows for sure that Shiva, whatever her name was, is going to be in it. Zelda's like handler or whatever they called her again. Much like the under the hood nature of the movie's cast, Nintendo still hasn't confirmed Legend of Zelda's plot, but that hasn't stopped game fans from theorizing, piecing together clues from casting photos, costumes, and leaks. The strongest theory is that the movie will blend elements from multiple games, as it should, rather than adapting a singular title. Many fans believe the film is visually inspired by Tears and Breath of the Wild, particularly due to the costumes shown in the first look images and more fantasy. That's literally what I just said a second ago. It's so annoying. I basically say something just randomly and it ends up being the exact thing they say a second later. But that's how good I am. I can predict what they're about to say. It's the writer brain. The writer brain can ruin things for you sometimes. At the same time, rumors around Ocarina Team continue to dominate fan discussion. Many viewers believe Nintendo will pull heavily from the franchise's most iconic storyline because it introduces the core mythology of Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf, and Hyrule in an easy-to-digest manner. Yeah, I figure it's going to look like Tears or Breath, but it's going to be the story, mainly the story of Ocarina, or similar. What would it be called, though? Will they just call it Legend of Zelda, or will it be called like Legend of Zelda, just like the games, and have another title? Like, what would the movie title be? I think it's just going to be Legend of Zelda. Making it more appealing to both new fans and longtime Zelda players. These theories have only intensified since rumors of an Ocarina of Time remake began circulating, which might potentially arrive around the time as The Legend of Zelda. Well, they've already confirmed that there is a remake now. We've seen the trailer. Even if the movie tells an original story, it will surely borrow recognizable imagery, themes, and lore from several fan-favorite games, rather than limiting itself to one era of Zelda. Finally reached its production milestone. That just means they probably wrapped, I guess. Yeah, they wrapped. We already knew that. It's going to be awesome. That's a great quote. If I click on that, do I see any more news? Yeah, that's what I just read. I don't know, this is very interesting. Something to do with Dead by Daylight, which I don't have a clue about that game. It's one of those games that are around all the time. People play it, but no one talks about it. Why can't I freaking off safe search? Why would I have safe search turned on? You used to have an option to like all regions as well. See, I didn't turn that on, but I think it's not going to change anything. Zelda is the only Nintendo franchise I still care about. I mean, Remake is very interesting. Not that I'm still not going to buy a Switch to play it though. Well, this is interesting. The worst video game movie of all time. They're saying that that one's the worst of all time. I would argue that. Polygon just dropped an article about the worst video game adaptation of all time. A baffling adaptation that treats psychological masterpieces like a rough draft and needed fixing. So talking about the Silent Hill movie, fans have long argued whether a truly great Silent Hill movie is even possible. After 2 largely planned features, it's a valid question. A total of 8 mainline titles, soon to be 9 with Silent Hill Townfall. There are ample blueprints for a solid adaptation. These experiences share a rich iconography, relying heavily on character drama, psychological horror, and the monsters laden with meaning. To make a great Silent Hill film, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just need to trust and respect the source material. Unfortunately, nobody's playing this to Christopher Gans. Nowhere in the cinematic arrogance more evident than in the franchise's latest feature, helmed by the director. 20 years after his original. So he directed the original Silent from 20 years ago. That's kind of interesting. This time around, Gan's attempt to adapt Silent Hill 2, arguably the most beloved in the series, and one of the greatest games ever made, very arguable. But after sitting through the agonizing mess that has returned to Silent Hill, which just after sitting through the agonizing mess that has returned to Silent Hill, which just recently landed on Hulu, and it's currently #1. That's pretty random on Hulu. I don't know how Hulu works anymore. It's like one of those things that just started out as basically a pirating site, somehow became a streamer. Recently landed on Hulu and is currently #1 on the platform in the US. It's clear the franchise curse hasn't been broken. Gan still treats the psychological masterpiece like a rough draft he needs to fix. For those blissfully unaware, okay, don't be worried about it. I don't think it was that bad. Like, I've seen way worse adaptations. I didn't think it was like as bad as this guy's saying. For those blissfully unaware, the film follows the grieving James Sunderland, Jeremy Irvine, as he returns to the cursed resort town after receiving a message from his supposedly dead wife, Mary, Hannah Emily Anderson. What follows is a journey through fog-filled streets, abandoned buildings, familiar monsters, and a series of increasingly questionable creative decisions that stray further and further from the game that inspired it. It really looked good though. Visually it looked good. Like whether even game-wise or not, it just looked good. It looked a lot like the games, so that was the best part of it. To its credit, the film shows brief flashes of promise at the start. An early sequence featuring a Mustang winding through a mountain pass is genuinely striking. Yeah, the cinematography and stuff was pretty good. And for a moment, it feels like Gans might have actually cracked the code. Then the camera cuts to James Sullivan pulling out a pre-roll joint and nearly crashing into incoming traffic. The real kicker is how Gans turned the character of Sunderland inside out. The opening introduces us to a pot-smoking hothead who turns into a drunkard after his wife's death. It's a totally bizarre characterization choice for one of gaming's most famous protagonists. The real kicker is how Gans turned the character. I don't know if my introduce us to a pot-smoking hothead. I wonder if my mic is playing through my I don't know if it's my mic is playing through my mic properly. I'm wondering if like the audio was picking up my like webcam mic and not my mic. I'm not really sure. I guess you can still hear it, but it sounds like crappy on your end. I'm wondering if like the audio was picking up. I guess it sounds alright. I just would want it to sound as good as the mic. My Blue Yeti. The James Fallon of Silent Hill 2 isn't a self-destructive artist spiraling through substance abuse. Yet here he's reimagined as a painter, while Mary is saddled with an entirely new cult-related backstory that feels imported from a different franchise. The changes are interesting reinterpretations, but actively undermine the emotional foundation of the original story. Like and subscribe if you're new here. La 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 la. Keep seeing the numbers of chat. It's like it goes from 3 to 4 to 6 to 7. I'd love to get up to 10. That's like my new goal. 10 people watching at once. The misuse of the supporting cast only highlights the fundamental misunderstanding of the source material. Here's some of the pictures from the games. Pyramid Head looked exactly like he did in the games. Like so fake though. It's like, damn, you can do a better job than that. Take Eddie, Pierce Egan, who vanishes from the narrative after a single scene. The film completely discards the thematic way of Jane's encounters with other lost souls, treating Eddie like a brief vehicle for exposition before erasing him entirely. The same fate befalls Laura, Evie Templeton, whose innocence in Silent Hill 2 allows her to be unaffected by the town's monsters, providing a crucial contrast to Jane's guilt. GAN strips the narrative of the deep psychological layers that made the original story a masterpiece, reducing Laura to a standard horror movie plot device who simply hides from danger. Templeton even played Laura in Bloober Team's Silent Hill 2 remake. Oh, really? So she played the character in the game. The production had a performer with a native grasp of the source material on set, only to squander her expertise by forcing her into a hollow running and hiding trope. So a person was on set and they still couldn't get it right? It's especially strange how far this movie veered from the source material. Given that Gans frequently describes himself as a fan of the games, yet Return to Silent Hill repeatedly misses details even casual players will recognize. In one unintentionally hilarious moment in the film, Mary complains that Silent Hill is boring because it lacks museums and clubs. But you'll literally visit these places in Silent Hill 2, and the movie itself includes a lounge scene almost immediately after she says this. If you're looking for the best Silent Hill movie, skip Return to Silent Hill and other adaptations as well. Instead, watch Jacob's Ladder, the psychological horror classic that heavily inspired the original games. Its exploration of grief, trauma, and fractured reality captures the feeling of Silent Hill far better than any official adaptation ever has. And it's free to watch on YouTube. Yeah, it's a great movie. You should watch it. If Konami is serious about bringing the franchise to the big screen, it's time to hand the reins to a filmmaker who understands the distinctively Japanese sensibilities at the heart of Silent Hill, aka Genki Karamame, or Kiyoshi Kurosawa. For 20 years and 3 attempts, the problem isn't that Silent Hill can't be adapted, but that too many filmmakers keep trying to fix something that was never wrote in the first place. That's true. BRB. Back. Been on for 51 minutes. Alright, what's the next topic? Alright, whatever this Dead by Daylight thing is. The Dead by Daylight movie named Thor Paulson as director. Blumhouse Atomic Monster and Behavior Interactive have trapped Thor Paulson to direct the film adaptation of the horror multiplayer game Dead by Daylight. Paulson, an Icelandic native, is best known for creating and directing the nation's first Netflix original series, The Valhalla Murders, which premiered in streamer in 2020. His feature directorial debut, The Damned, hit theaters in early 2025 with a wide release from Vertical. Paulson is currently in production on a 4-part miniseries, Avalanche, which follows a meteorologist who returns to a village to spread warning of an impending disaster. There's no better moment than the 10th anniversary to share this news. Thor is the filmmaking we trust to carry Dead by Daylight. From the screen you play to the big screen you watch in theaters, said Jason Blum, founder and CEO of Blumhouse Atomic Monster. Atomic Monster, I know Blumhouse Films, but is that a different thing? Is that a Blumhouse spin-off? Dead by Daylight is a multiplayer survival horror game developed by Behavioral Interactive and 505 Games. Each match is occupied by 5 players, 4 of whom play as survivors, while the remaining player is the killer. It's the survivor's job to avoid being caught while completing tasks that allow them to escape, and it's the killer's job to stop them. Wow. While Dead by Daylight now has a roster of dozens of killers, the three that launched the game in 2026 were The Trapper, who used bear traps to ensnare his victims, The Wrath, or The Wraith, a ghostly figure who can turn invisible, The Hillbilly, who is chainsaw-wielding Leatherface clone. While once a joke in Hollywood, video game to big screen adaptations have become some of the most profitable ventures. Minecraft, Super Mario Bros. Were some of the highest grossing blockbusters in their respective years. Minecraft doing $960 million and Mario Bros. Doing $1.3 billion. The new one, Mario Bros. Didn't crack $1 billion. It almost did. Video game adaptations like Sonic and Five Nights at Freddy's and Iron Lung were also major hits. I still haven't seen Iron Lung. I don't know anything about the game it's based on. Sycamore. They announced it first 3 years ago. Could be a long stocking. We've been on for almost an hour, so let's take a look at the GTA6 cover art. Someone did a breakdown of the entire part of the cover art. And I've seen some pics that compare it to all the original covers from the earlier games. I'm just waiting to see if it's gonna like start raining or not. I wanted to go somewhere after this comparison. I don't like going anywhere when it's raining. Polygon ranked all of them, but I'll go to that after. So whoever B-Bomb is, I know the IGN did a breakdown, but I don't want to use them. Fuck them. Whoever B-Bomb is, I don't know. Yeah, pre-orders arrive on June 25th, and I'm predicting they're gonna make $1 billion in the one day. Very close to it. Pre-orders for GTA 6 are finally arriving next week on June 25th. The excitement for Rockstar's biggest release keeps growing alongside the pre-order announcement. Rockstar also unveiled the game's official cover art, giving fans a fresh set of details to obsess over. However, the GTA 6 box cover art is not just a collection of cool images stitched together. We have analyzed all 9 panels of the GTA 6 cover art for hidden details and clues. Some panels hint at the story, other tease locations, and a few might even reveal key gameplay moments waiting to unfold. So if you're ready to put on your detective hat, well, I have a hat on, but I wouldn't call it a detective hat. Let's break down the GTA 6 cover art. Frame by frame. To see what Rockstar could be hiding in plain sight. This image is like not like the cover. It's like a flattened, it's a straightened version of the cover or something. This isn't covering the entire image, but it's pretty standard. Like it's even the same format when you compare it to previous ones in terms of where things are. It's like they put everything in the same place in every cover. Still waiting for like another trailer. One should be coming soon for sure. The first frame in the top left corner of the cover revealed alongside the GTA 6 Preorder is exactly what longtime Rockstar fans would expect. A helicopter. So every cover has a helicopter in the corner. At this point, it almost feels like a ritual. Open any GTA cover art, and chances you'll find a helicopter hovering somewhere in the near the left top. This one, however, is a little more special. Sorry. Sorry. What if we can get monetized for that? I'm gonna get monetized anyway. This one, however, is a little more special. The aircraft appears to be a Sea Sparrow, a vehicle that instantly brings back memories of Vice City and GTA 6. It later showed up in San Andreas and GTA 5. But its roots are firmly tied to Rockstar's Neon Soaked take on Miami. Wasn't this one supposed to be in a Miami version of Miami? Or Florida or something? There's a possibility that we will have phone numbers or cheat codes like GTA 5 cheat codes to summon a chopper on demand. Well, once you get the vehicle, you own it. I guess that's usually how it works. This is what makes its appearance here so fitting. GTA 6 is taking players back to Vice City, and the Sea Sparrow feels like a subtle nod to that legacy. It is not just another helicopter filling space in the cover. It's one of the first clues that Rockstar wants players to remember where this journey began. Before showing them where it's headed, GTA 6 brings the heat. The frame directly beneath the helicopter introduced one of the biggest mysteries in the entire GTA 5 cover art, 6 cover art. Yeah, but the chick from 5 wasn't anyone in the game really. Just someone that was, there. At first glance, many fans might assume she is a GTA story character, a notable NPC. Yeah. There you go. Rockstar, however, has a long history of including a cover girl who represents the vibe of the setting rather than the plot itself. Lindsay Lohan tried to sue Rockstar for the last game because they thought the girl on the cover looked too much like her. I don't think she won. This mystery woman appears to follow that tradition, much like the iconic woman on the original Vice City cover and the blonde model featured on GTA 5's artwork. She seems designed to capture the personality of Leonida. What's Leonida again? First, of course, Rockstar could always surprise us, but for now there's evidence that she plays a central role in the narrative. The details around her are far more interesting. She's wearing a turquoise football jersey that closely resembles the colors of the Vice City Manatees. The GTA Universe version of the Miami's NFL team. Her tattoos also tell a story. One reads Vice Baby, hinting that she is local born and raised in Vice City. While the 305 tattoo on her wrist references. Where's the 305 tattoo? I don't see it. References Miami's most famous real-world area code. Around her neck hangs a chain with the word Sunfire, which translates to always in Spanish. Always what? Oh, the 305 is up there. Even the drink in her hand reveals Rockstar's quirky way of character's commercial. The can appears to be a parody of White Claw with the word thaw visible on the label. In the background, another detail catches the eye. The Atoll Bar and Grill. Where? I don't see no. Rockstar has not shown this location in any trailer so far, making it one of the several new locations of the GTA 6 map quietly revealed through the cover art. What do I have to say about the map? Well, this is pretty old. Wait. Lambo, Super Cheater, Speedometer, or Alert Ahead. Like beneath the cover girls panel sits another GTA cover art tradition, an outrageously expensive supercar. And honestly, would it even be GTA without one? On what? My mic? I don't know how to do that. My mic is all the way up. I don't know. Without one. I don't know. When I listen to my show on my phone, it sounds loud enough to me. I'm not sure why it's not loud enough. I should turn off my webcam capture in case it's picking up my audio. Yeah, LOL what? I don't know. I'm not sure what's I don't know. I have my Yeti microphone turned all the way up in Streamlabs, so I don't know. The panel showcases a bright yellow exotic with sharp lines, aggressive styling, and those unmistakable scissor doors. Rockstar has not revealed its official name yet, but it appears to be a new Pegasus model. The GTA's universe answer to the Lamborghini. Its decision looks familiar. The design looks familiar. It's because we already spotted this car tearing through Vice City streets in both the GTA 6 trailers. The vehicle seems heavily inspired by the modern Lamborghinis, particularly the Aventador, which makes it a fitting successor to the legendary Infernus, one of the most iconic sports cars in GTA game history. Longtime fans will probably notice another detail here, the color. Rockstar once again went with bright yellow, which feels like a deliberate callback to the yellow Infernus featured in the original Vice City. More than anything, the GTA 6 cover art panel screams speed. Rockstar is making it clear that GTA 6 cars will continue the series' obsession with speed. Well, I mean, it's GTA 6, so you are driving a lot. Grand Theft Auto. The auto part means it's a vehicle. I'm constantly checking to see if it's going to start. Pretty sure it's going to start thunderstorming any minute. There's a thunderstorm. I ain't going nowhere. Well, this ends up being Lion. I'm not sure who that is. Is that the name of one of the characters from the game? Or like a person? Person, or I think it's the female. Is that what they're trying to say? State of Leonida. So they're calling Florida Leonida. What's Leonida? How is that like a city? That's weird. That's the first result, but if I hit with an S, it shows up a king of Sparta or something. Does that mean anything? Jason and Lucia pull a couple of the decade. So I guess we're only playing 2 characters this time. Front and center, we have the faces of GTA 6 protagonists Jason Duval and Lucia Caminos. Right now, Rockstar has shown them together in trailers, screenshots, and promotional artwork many times, but this panel still reveals a few interesting details. Jason appears relaxed on the surface, but Rockstar's official description paints a different picture. After growing up around hustlers and criminals, he tried to leave that life behind through military service. That path eventually led him back to the underworld, where he worked for a drug runner in the Leonida Keys. It's like the last part is Ida, like Florida, but it's Leonida. You clearly see a Marauder tattoo on Jason's arm, a possible hint as past. Lucia's stories is just as turbulent. A stint in the penitentiary taught her that survival comes at a cost. And now it seems she's determined. to play this game smarter than before, yet the artwork tells a different story. Nipper 38, that's what it says. Made in Brazil. Lucia is holding a pistol and is made in Brazil, and suggests that the smart moves only might still involve a healthy amount of art robbery and shootouts. This is a bloody Grand Theft Auto game after all. Bloody literally and figuratively. What stands out is that most in this frame is the chemistry between the two. Rockstar is clearly presenting Jason and Lucia as a package deal. They are not just two protagonists sharing screen time. Every piece of marketing so far has positioned them as partners whose fates are tied together. Pose, the body language, even the way they occupy the center of the cover art reinforces that idea. Behind them, the familiar silhouettes of Vice City's palm trees. Starting to get stormy. It's getting stormy out there. With palm trees. Wait, are you outside? I want to make sure I didn't leave my cat outside. You do a pretty good job at like showing enough with like just through this art. You can see how close they are, but like the way Jason's looking off one way and Lucia is looking off in another way, like they're not looking at each other. This familiar silhouettes of Vice City's palm trees grow against the sunset. It is a simple backdrop, but it serves as a reminder that while Jason and Lucia may be the heart of the story, Leonida itself is just as much a character in GTA 6 as either of them. Alligator pet are just a normal day in Miami. You're definitely going to come across alligators for sure. If it was a pet, that'd be even better. Sitting right beneath the GTA 6 logo is perhaps the most Florida thing Rockstar could have placed on the cover. A massive alligator. And somehow, despite sharing space with criminals, supercars and helicopters and shootouts, the gator still manages to steal the spotlight. At first glance, it almost looks like the reptile is posing for the camera with toothy grin. That toothy grin gives it more personality than some GTA side characters. Whether Rockstar intended it or not, this alligator has already become one of the most memorable parts of the entire cover art. Of course, the gator is more than just a funny visual. It serves as a reminder that GTA 6 is set in Leonida, Rockstar's version of Florida. I don't know why I can't say that properly. Leonida. I guess it's just Leonida? Why is it hard to say for me? As for the alligator itself, I still have the question. Is it simply a symbol of it, or the Rockstar finally teasing the return of animal companions? What game were their animal companions? I don't know, I can't remember. Oh, Chop in GTA 5. But was it really a companion? We didn't do much with it. But it could be cool, like if the most recent Far Cry, you could have a pet alligator. I think it's 5 Cry. One of them, I think it's 6. You can have a pet alligator, which is sweet. You can literally like sick it on people while you're fighting. The Far Cry games are actually pretty damn good. I should play them though. Raul Batista, the man who looks ready to portray someone. Yeah, you definitely can't trust this guy. Directly beneath the alligator sits Raul Batista, one of the most intriguing faces on the GTA 6 cover art. Wait, where did this getting these descriptions from Rockstar from? Veteran bank robber who's constantly searching for people willing to take big risks for even bigger rewards. Looking at him, the description checks out immediately. He's dressed in the suit, which immediately reminds me of Heat. The first thing that caught my eye was the suit. Maybe it was Vice City setting, but Raul looks like he walked straight out of Lance Vance's wardrobe catalog. The slick outfit, confident pose, and criminal swagger makes him feel right at home in Rockstar's modern take on Vice City. He's also carrying a Duke assault rifle while standing in front of the Sin Frontier National Bank. If there was ever a giant neon sign screening future heist mission, this frame is probably it. Given Ronald's profession, it feels less like a background art and more like Rockstar quietly showing us one of the major jobs waiting in the story. Well, for sure, you're going to be robbing banks. Rather, Raul become the trusted ally or the guy who inevitably says, "It's just business," before causing chaos remains to be seen. Yeah, you definitely are able to just show that he's gonna double cross you in some way. Or maybe he's not even an ally at all. One thing is certain, nobody gets this much space on a GTA cover without being important. Wheelie sirens and the need for speed. The next frame captures the classic GTA 6 activity, making terrible decisions at high speed. We focus on a biker pulling a wheelie on what appears to be a Princip Albino V1, one of the sleek new vehicles Rockstar has been showing off in the screenshots, unlike the green version associated with Jason. This one is decked out in a bright pink and purple livery that practically screams Vice City. The custom paintwork also hints at vehicle customizations could be deeper than ever. Why the fuck can I talk today? What am I, retarded? That's right, I said retarded. I am not politically correct up in here. Heavy rain and thunderstorm will continue for 50 minutes. That is bull pucky. The custom paintwork over here. Alright, so what's interesting is that we've already seen both Jason and Lucia riding similar style bikes. Yeah, so they each have their own bike. That sounds about right. This makes the GTA 6 cover frame feel less like a random NPC stunt and more like a glimpse of the high-speed life our protagonist will be living throughout. Of course, the GTA motorcycle scene would not be complete without the police showing up. Right on cue, Leonardo Cruiser charges alongside the rider with flashing light red-blue. The message is clear: fast bikes, police pursuits, absolute chaos are back on the menu. 6 stars again. Hell yeah. Booby Ike. It's Vice City's Kingmaker. Why is his name Booby? That's just dumb. It does remind me a lot of the dude from the guy that you deal with in I don't get why people are saying it's low. I don't know what you mean. I can hear it fine on my end. Why is his name Booby? That's just dumb. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I don't know why it's low. I don't get why people are saying it's low. I don't know. When I turn on my phone to see how it looks, I can hear it fine. I don't know what I could be doing to make it not loud enough. I don't know. Other than talking louder, I don't know what else to do. The next frame belongs to Booby Ike. If Rockstar's descriptions are accurate, the GTA 6 character has fingerprints in half of Vice City, from real estate and strip clubs to music production. Ike has turned street hustle to a legitimate empire. One detail that instantly stands out on this panel of the GTA6 cover is the oversized gold ring on his finger, featuring a crowned lion. It's a subtle touch, but it perfectly matches Booby's personality. Why the fuck is his name Booby? Did they do that on purpose because he's supposed to be a badass kingpin with a weird name? The man clearly sees himself as royalty, and judging by his influence across Leon Ida, plenty of people probably agree. Rockstar described him as a local legend who is all smiles until business gets involved. That alone makes him sound like the kind of character who can be both an ally and a problem. Oh, for shout. They're probably going to work with him, and then somewhere in the background, it's not going to work out. Someone's going to double cross someone. What interests me most, though, is the connection to Only Raw Records, with GTA 6 song lists already being an impressive line of music. Ooh, that's cool. I'm going to check that out after. I don't remember if I've looked at that yet. Oh, yeah. Now I got to close the door all the way. I'll leave my balcony door open all the time if I can. I need the fresh air. Makes me feel stuffed up if everything is closed. As revealed in his trailer, so I could end up playing a major role in the game's soundtrack culture. That means discovering new artists or introducing fresh radio stations. I need the fresh air. I'm sorry, I don't know why it's not loud for you. I can hear myself fine. Booby Ike is not on the cover to look rich. Rockstar is making it clear that when business moves to Vice City, he is likely somewhere in the middle of it. What's a Vice City without boats? And a big old motherfucking, what the fuck? Flamingo. Jesus, I forgot what it was. You cannot have a game set in Vice City without a flashy boat slicing through the water, and Rockstar knows it. This GTA6 cover panel shows a top-down look at the sleek. Big old motherfucker. Oh, even with it playing on my TV, it sounds fine. A sleek speedboat cutting across Leonida's coastline, instantly bringing back memories of the original Vice City artwork. The vessel appears to be a Clarion speedboat, a brand new manufacturer introduced in GTA 6. While Rockstar is yet to reveal the model's official name, you may recognize the brand from the first GTA 6 trailer. In that first reveal, a similar boat speeds past a massive cargo ship. Its design looks heavily inspired by real-world cigarette racing boats, which feels perfectly suited for fast and flashy lifestyle. But the boat is not the only thing worth noticing on the GTA 6 cover. Flying overhead is a flamingo, a subtle nod to the grass, rivers region, and wet wildlands. And if you look closely at the water, you can spot another familiar sight, the iconic pink swan-shaped float. We've already seen inflatable swans in the first trailer, making this one of those many small details Rockstar has quietly carried over into the cover art. Taken together, this frame feels like a snapshot of GTA 6 coastal life. So that ends the full breakdown of the official GTA 6 cover art. Did we miss anything? Share the details with us in the comments below. So I want to see the song list. I don't know. I'm just like maybe turning all the things I had turned off on again. It might sound better now. This is from April, so this is not brand news, but all the confirmed rumored soundtracks that are going to be on GTA 6. Tom Petty, Love is a Long Road. Hot Together. Thunder Island by Jason Ferguson. Child Support by Zenglin. Everyone Have Fun Tonight by Wang Chung. Talking to Myself by Tammy Wynette. Need a Little Time Off for Bad Behavior by David Allen Coe. Now it's coming down. Might start hailing. Back to Life by Poolside and Panama. Doot 67 by Skrilla. New Neon Indian collaboration. Travis Scott and Jack Boy's collaboration. You already made the soundtrack? I mean, I won't play it, but whatever. As solid as the confirmed list is, the rumored ones are even more interesting. For starters, both Back to Life and Doot 67 were tied to GTA 6 by the artists themselves. The same can be said for the potential Travis Scott collaboration, since the artist started a music video containing an obvious GTA 6 Easter egg. Lastly, Neon Indian, who provided music for both GTA 5 and GTA Online, revealed on a podcast they're working with Rockstar again. Considering their collaborative record, their claims are likely factual. Oh, Jermaine Dupri is going to be involved? Back in June 2025, music producer Jermaine Dupri claimed that GTA 6 will feature artist-specific radio stations. There's going to be an entire Drake station? I'm going to fucking avoid that one. He also claimed that these personal radio stations will be used as a new platform for music uploads. Going by this concept, artists will supposedly partner up with a Rockstar. Holy shit. That's actually really fucking cool. Imagine getting your song into a Rockstar game. So you can update the soundtrack during the game. That's a really cool idea though. Like, to be like, yo, I got this new song. That's pretty cool. Just as they do on DSPS. I don't know what that means. This would allow players to access new music in the game itself, turning GTA 6 into a platform. Yeah, I don't know. It's a really interesting idea. Adding new music during the game. I mean, considering 5 lasted 13 years, if GTA 6 had that much longevity, imagine the amount of new music that you could have in like 10 years. I mean, after 6 is going to be what, another 10, 12 years before we see 7? This would allow players to access new music. While the idea certainly sounds like something Rockstar is uniquely positioned to pull off. So it's rumored, but that's a damn cool idea. So who over here was a comparison from Polygon. Every piece of GTA box art ranked from worst to best. With the recent release, Rockstar just revealed the box art for the long-awaited GTA 6 ahead of opening pre-orders next week. They got me thinking about the history of the franchise's box art, which ranges from lazy logos to stylized collages of recognizable elements. Box art for games isn't nearly as important as it once was, as the vast Mojorota are bought digitally now. Still, box art can tell you a lot about what developer or publishers want you to think about their game. Here's how we rank every Grand Theft Auto game's box art from best to worst. Well, Grand Theft Auto Advance. This isn't like the worst, it's just nothing on it. Starting off with the stinker. The box art for GTA Advance certainly feels lazy. It's simply the series logo on a gray background. It relies on name recognition to do all the work, and that simply makes it less interesting than every other cover art on this list. That's a shame, because it otherwise is an impressive game that adapts elements of GTA 3 to a handheld console. GTA 2. This is like a real picture. This box art is certainly the black sheep of the entire franchise, showing a sniper taking aim at a taxi cab being hijacked. The intentional blur is the image doesn't make it particularly pleasant to look at. The sniper's radical aiming at the taxicab's hood rather than the hijacker makes it inclusion feel out of place. At least it's better than the last one. Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. Well, there's nothing really wrong with this cover. It's almost like they can't really say they're that bad. They're just like, now we're getting close into the collages that have defined GTA 6 the past several decades. Although these are somewhat interchangeable, none of these images in the collage feel eye-catching or indicative of the vibe players can expect. Generally, it vastly pales in comparison to Vice City's outstanding box art. Now we're getting into the... oh wait, never mind. So yeah, Grand Theft Auto Liberty Stories, Vice City Stories, looks pretty much the same. I didn't even notice there really is a helicopter in every corner. And then there's a car somewhere on the bottom. My issues with Liberty City Stories box art are similar to Vice City Stories. Too much emphasis on the faces of characters and weapons. Besides, the title doesn't portray Liberty City alluring in its batch of featured art. Once again, it's not nearly as good as the console box art is based on. Grand Theft Auto, the very first cover. Something about the original GTA's box art really captures my eye as it shows a police car driving in front of a skyscraper using a fisheye lens. Oh, gross. I'm going to even skip that word. The box art hasn't aged well. This cover still sells a sense of vastness and intrigue that draws me differently than any other game in the series. It makes me wonder what other kinds of covers this franchise would experiment. I didn't realize that swear word was going to be in there. From here on out, all the box art does a great job of representing the games they're based on. Or this thing has a message up there. I'm not signed in. I'm not on this site. Chinatown Wars relies a little too much on highlighting weapons, although the profile of Wooly with a smoking gun and Hung Lee kicking someone gives it a much needed flair. I played Chinatown Wars on an iPhone and it was pretty good, and like it ran pretty well. Grand Theft Auto 3. This is a game that started the franchise signature collage style, and I love how it plays with color like a page ripped out of a comic book. Some parts of it, like the split face between two panels on the bottom right, don't look quite right. GTA 3's box art deserves ranking for innovation, but there are certainly better covers than this. So I guess 6 is the 6th one. Is that on purpose? The latest installment is not one of the series' best. I like how vibrant it is using color in a way that's closer than 3 and 5, but it doesn't show much of Vice City and overemphasizes sick vehicles and character portraits. I love the large Roman numeral on the cover and the alligator directly underneath the logo, but overall I find it underwhelming compared to some of the franchise's other iconic artwork. Grand Theft Auto 4. Number 5. This cover does a wonderful job of teasing the game's speedy interpretation of Liberty City. Nicole's scow is one of the first things that catches your attention before your eyes drawn downward. Past a large logo to a police chase is quintessential GTA box art, but not quite the best one. Grand Theft Auto episodes from Liberty City. I love the cover of episodes of Liberty City physical release. It's a collage, but it doesn't feel locked to restrictive rectangular patterns. It mixes action and suaveness in a way that feels representative of both The Lost and The Damned and Ballad of Gay Tony. If a mainline GTA's cover had this much flair, it'd be my favorite. Oh, the 3 was the first one to have symmetrical type rectangles, and the rest are all kind of angled, which I like better. It looks like it's a better look. Grand Theft Auto 5. Perhaps the most iconic GTA cover
GTA 5 succeeds at showing all three of the main playable characters and hints at the heist that will go on to define the game, while character art could be a little more stylized. Looking at this box art makes me want to boot up and play 5 again. I kind of want to play 5 again now just to get ready for 6, but I still don't know if I'm going to buy it, depending on how much it's going to be. And I see it could be $100 just for the base game. It's also the only one to feature a dog, so it gets extra points for that. Number 2, San Andreas. I guess number 1 is what was Vice City. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. There's a little something for everyone in San Andreas. Gambling, drive-by shooting, police helicopter mid-chase, slick character art that leaves you wanting to see more. They even found a way to show bike riding in one of the panels without it feeling tacky or out of place. It simply adds to the grungy vibe that San Andreas is going for. When I think of GTA, this box art almost immediately comes to mind. Grand Theft Auto Vice City, number 1. This is what Polygon decides is the number 1 box art. And it looks pretty good. No other box art can dethrone Vice City from its top spot. It captures the game's sultriness. Fascination with the grimy and criminal underworld and exciting action is so incredibly colorful, retaining a comic book style that future games would drop in favor of more realistic art. That allows the cover to have a vibrant aesthetic while playing tribute to Miami Vice, one of its biggest influences. I like to I don't really, half the time I don't say exactly what it says. What's the word for that again? I forget what it's called. Now what? I'm trying to fill 2 hours and I just ran out of news. All right, well, it looks like I'm out of news. Was just checking to see if anything else to report on. But I'm gonna wrap it up right there. Sorry if it was too quiet. I don't know what that was. But super appreciate anyone who is here watching, and if you're still here, thanks a lot. This is TGAN Live, episode 21. I'm out.
Production value of the antagonist, when you look at the world, when you look at all of this, it looks pretty fucking dope. And I'm gonna ask you guys right now, are you guys not?
You look at the talking ribbon. Yeah.
Are you guys gonna play? Are you guys gonna play the game?
I'm going to play the game after I finish Ragnarok.